Hello, here we are at Workplace Math 11, Module 5. This video is just going to be on part 1, which is perspective drawings. So let's scroll down and get started. Okay, this section focuses on drawing the 2D viewpoints of 3D objects. So for example, here's a house. On the left, it's drawn in 3D, 3 dimensions. You can see it, length, width, and height, and length, depth, whatever words you want to use to describe it. And then we can draw the 2-dimensional viewings of it, the front view, the side view, and the top view. These are tricky to do by only looking at the object on paper. So the best way to do this is to build the object using cubes as you're learning to draw them. And if you were in class, you would have access to cubes that would let you do this. I've got a tool I'm going to show you that might help, but let's just do this first. So here's our object. It's got 6 cubes on the bottom, which you can kind of see in here. There's a cube there you can see right there, and then there's another cube here. So there's 6 on the bottom, and then these drawings are looking at it from the front, from the top, from the side, right side, left side, and the back view. And notice that these drawings do not show depth. All right. Now I want to show you a resource that I came across online fairly recently, actually. And I'll put the link to this in the description of the video. This is what's called isometric drawing paper. Not actually paper, but you get the message. And what it does is with this create cube button, I can pull a cube. I can place a cube wherever I want. So I'm going to start with one right here, and then I'm going to put one behind it. And so there, I'm going to put my 6 that are in the bottom of that other shape we were doing. And then I've got in the middle on the front, there are 2 like that. Okay. So this side here is the front. This is my right side, my left side, and then top is looking at it from up here. And then what makes this really awesome is if I can click over to the inspect button and then hide the axes because they're just going to confuse you. If you change the z-axis rotation to 20 and you change the y-axis rotation to 220, whoops, 340. I'm sorry, 340. I'm keeping the right number, not 3,400, 340. Okay, and then you tip your head a little bit. Doesn't it look just like the drawing that was on the paper? I think it does. So that lets me check that I've created it so that it matches what's on the paper. Actually, let me snip that out and copy it. So let's just do that. Once I have satisfied myself that my drawing is the same, I can reset the view, and then I can go to the 2-dimensional views, and it gives me the front, the right, and the top. It doesn't give me all the views, but it gives me those 3. The matte view is a view from the top that tells me how many blocks there are in each tower, each stack. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you in case that is going to help you with if you don't have access to blocks at home. This will maybe help you. Okay. All right. Your next task is to do constructing these 3D objects from 2D viewpoints. So you're given the front, the top, and the right side view. And so you would need to pick which of these is your matches the drawing. Okay. So if that drawing paper helps you, that's awesome. If it doesn't, don't feel that you need to use it. Okay. Do this practice and then come on back and I'll meet you on page 4. Okay, for this page, you're just going to draw the top, front, and side view of each object. So the top view, it's easy to tell which is the top view. That's looking at it from, up here. And looking at this from up there, it's just going to look like a small rectangle like that. It's quite skinny. Okay. And then you need to label that that's your drawing. The front view is, so it's important that you get the width the same size as the top, because it would be, you'd be looking down on it, right? It should be the same size as the top. And straight lines would be nice, but that can be challenging some days. And then there's a little box, and then there's a little circle like this. Okay, we're not looking for artistic accuracy. We're looking for understanding to show that you can see what the different views are like. And then the side is going to be, so think about how this would look if you were actually drawing it exactly right. It would be the same height as the front, right? These would be the same, right? And the width, I did not do a very good job of this, but the width would be the same width as the top would be, right? Because it's the same thing that you're looking at, just from a different side. So this is the side view. Okay. Now, on some of these drawings, it might be, front is labeled. You might not always be able to tell which is the front and which is the side. Don't get hung up on that. From context, I know that in iPod, that's what the front of the iPod looks like. For the camera, I know what the front of the camera is. Don't worry about that too much on the other drawings if you're not sure. Okay, the rest of the book, or rest of this part 1, there's no more lessons for it, but it's really important that you show your teacher what you've done, so that your teacher can check it as you go. All right. And that's the end of part 1. So that's going to be the end of this video, and I'll do another one for part 2. All right. Bye now.